I that short? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still taller than you.
My brother loves / hates when we have this much fun and he tries to learn something about the javelin.
Yeah, can you focus, please? No.
Eric, you're just upset that you didn't throw the javelin.
No.
I shouldn't stand like that.
No, you shouldn't. Hi, Dana Lyon.
Hi, Kara Winger. What are we chatting about today before you catch a plane?
Ooh, left leg. We talked about the right leg.
A little bit.
Now we're going to talk about the left leg.
But there's 3 parts to the left leg.
Today we're just talking about what we're going to talk about in the future. The left leg in the javelin throw, it's your driver.
I like to think that the left leg and the right leg move from a running mechanic standpoint. They work independently of each other. So the left leg, I like to think of the B skip. So it's up, out, and it's pawing back. The right leg is the A skip. So B skip with the left leg, A skip with the right. A skip, and the reason why they're not the same is if I were to reach with my right, I open up my hips. So of course we're talking about a right-handed jab thrower.
An A skip is just here. Then the B skip.
Up, out, and out, and back. Up, out, and back.
So then you translate that to lateral motion.
And then I like to think of, as she did it, is a pull punch.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we're transitioning to the next portion, and the next phase of the left side is in the impulse step. And the reason why I like to say B skip on the left leg is because it also really tries to emphasize that knee up on that left reach going into your impulse step. So a lot of people like to think they're accelerating and they'll drive and pull themselves, but they take their center of mass forward.
For sure.
But if I keep that left knee up, like in the B skip, then I maintain control over my center of mass is, but I get that knee up and I work that pull back, and then I get this pull punch effect going into that impulse or the last penultimate preparatory step. Phase 2 is the A skip, B skip, knee up, pulling yourself into on that preparatory penultimate impulse step, whatever term you use.
So we're talking about the left leg in the approach is a B skip motion.
Yes.
But then the penultimate is where we're at right now, the impulse.
Yes.
The last left, the strong last left.
Yes. Strong last left, that's number 2.
Yes.
Number 3, left leg, I like to turn into left side. So a lot of people go into a block with all kinds of thoughts. Whether you drop into it, or you like brace for it, or I like to drive like hell into it, right? And so what does that look like? I think if you were to like drop into it, it has the idea of like dropping and collapsing.
Crunch.
If you wait for it, your center of mass is usually fading and crunching. Left leg, left side in the block is so much more about this hip position where the core and shoulder is to allow you to hold that solid left leg, left side.
Left side.
That's number 3.
Even through college, I thought a lot of the driving force in the approach was your right knee. Like you're just throwing your right leg down the runway. Not at all true.
When did that change for you?
Post-college.
Okay.
Like 2009 to 2010.
Okay.
And a lot of that was learning how to sprint better, so that goes into the A skip, B skip. I didn't have a really good idea of sprint mechanics before that, and it really helped my patience, like my ability to be patient with my right side. Because I did try to do that before, even though it was a soft right. It got more patient after college, but only because I had more time to be patient with it because I was using my left leg in a more aggressive, like rhythmic way.
Yeah. It's crazy because like so much of the right, you think you want to like push and drive, and you can't just like shut down the right side, right? So it's got to be intentional, but not near as dynamic as the left side is dynamic.
Right.
So when you go from your carry steps to your withdrawal, I think when we first start to introduce that left side, really have to work on getting that left knee up to establish the posture position And working, I like to think of working my feet out in front of me, so you're in that max velocity position if you're talking about sprint mechanics, versus you're still trying to accelerate, but you're not in a forward lean accelerative position. You're working on that knee up, right, reach out, pull, punch underneath you,
Right.
so that you can maintain that posture.
And part of that is core control as well,
So much.
and using your glutes to drive your sprinting / your runway work.
I find a lot of younger folks and just people that are phenomenal athletes that think that they can just get into whatever it takes to hope to hit a penultimate position so they can smack on a jab. And then
Yeah.
they wonder. Everything is such a cause and effect position. And so if you're working on that coordinated effort and utilizing your core to like uphold you and like focus on sprint mechanics, not just sheer athleticism to get you down the runway
Right.
and sideways, I think it allows for you to like run into, and then it really does simplify the javelin as opposed to trying to manufacture or try to save the throw
Right.
at the very end.
You're limiting your potential by not working on your runway step as it leads into your block.
Or they're bat out of the hell out of the box.
Yes.
Getting
But then they
into
slow
phase 2
down.
of the
Yeah.
impulse,
Yeah.
and that impulse, they're like, holy flip, I'm way too fast.
Oh, no.
They go to hit an impulse step, and naturally your body's like, I'm gonna die if I keep this speed, and not really die, but my elbow and my knee are gonna go, and perhaps something else.
Low back, everything.
Yeah, right? It's gonna hurt. Yeah, the javelin hurts when you throw it wrong, really. Like they know they have to slow down. So they hit way in front of them and they take themselves up so that they decelerate. And then that we'll get into talks a whole lot more to like total deceleration, crashing and burning, hurting typically, and totally taken away from the energy put into the jab.
Right.
So speed kills more than one way, but I'm talking about on the runway, speed kills, slow to fast, and maintain those good sprint mechanics with the B-skip mentality on the left side. That's what holds up, your posture and position on the runway. Sorry.
Sometimes it hurts when you do it right, but usually not.
Yeah, not really.
Don't tell them.
That's all that.
We should do a running mechanic that's left leg B skip, right leg A skip. Like
Yeah.
I should do that in the warm up.
Check you out! Mind blown! That's an athlete right there. Rhythm,
hard. That's hard.
coordination, controlling of the mind. Love it. And you start to turn sideways into it. You know what I'm talking about? You're here,
Yeah.
and then you just work like that.
So many limbs.
There you go. Boom! Athlete!
Just messed up my bum, but it's fine.
That's alright, you still do. Sweet.
Okay, so A skip, B skip.
A skip, B skip into.
I just heard it.
That's the second time today. Number 1, B skip running mechanics,
Rhythm
rhythm.
in the approach.
Number 2,
The B skip sets up the strong last left.
boom.
Full
Number
punch.
3,
Left side block. Entire left side.
winning.
Love it. Left side.
Left side, 3 parts.
To be continued.
And break. Look at you playing. She's gotta go.
I gotta go.